Why, hello there. I'm going to be telling you 10 of the craziest and idiotic quotes ever from George W. Bush. So get ready. Number 10 on this list is, our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we. Now, this is a classic example of how crazy George W. Bush is and not how intelligible he is. Next insane quote is, I just want you to know that when we talk about war, we're really talking about peace. W, I'm not sure what you're talking about, so can you please further imply what you are trying to proclaim? Next ridiculous sentiment from George W. is, one of the great things about books is sometimes there are some fantastic pictures. Now, Georgie, are you only focused on the pictures when you're reading them picture books, them colored books, them children books? Is that all you read? Do you not read no big boy books? That's my question. Next hilarious quote we have from old Georgie is, whether we bring our enemies to justice or bring justice to our enemies, justice will be done. That doesn't make that much sense. I'm very confused, George. Can you please tell me what you're talking about? The next insane quote is, you teach a child to read, and he or her will be able to pass a literacy test. Well, Georgie, that doesn't make any sense, because if you have to pass the literacy test, you need to be able to read and write, not just read. Number 5 on this list from George W. Bush is, it's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it. Well, Georgie, if you go by that logic, our debt is a budget. That makes no sense. Next entry on this list proclaims, every nation and every region now has a decision to make. Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists. Well, Georgie, that doesn't make any sense. Are there no politically neutral people? So are you saying Switzerland doesn't exist? Is that what you're saying? Because that makes no sense. Next hilarious quote from George W. Bush is, we have a firm commitment to NATO. We are a part of NATO. We have a firm commitment to Europe. We are a part of Europe. Are you sure, George W. Bush? Are you sure the United States is a part of Europe? That doesn't make any sense. From old Georgie is, for NASA, space is still a high priority. Well, I mean, space is NASA's only priority, so I guess in theory you are true, but it doesn't make any sense, George W. Bush. We get to the number 1 overall dumbest George Bush quote of all time. I wanted to give an honorable mention because there's too many to count for. So here it is. See, in my line of work, you gotta keep repeating things over and over and over again for the truth to sink in, to kind of catapult propaganda. Well, Georgie, you do that great, except it's not really propaganda if people don't fall for it, so And finally, number 1 on this list from the dumbest George Bush quotes of all time is, rarely is a question asked, is our children learning? Well, that is very hilarious on many different levels, so I'm not going to explain it right now, but yeah. I want to shout out my friend S.O. because he's the one that's obsessed with these George Bush quotes, and he talked to me about them, and I just thought they were like so funny. So like I decided to make a video about it, so shout out to you, Filipino. I like kitty cats. Kitty. Like a cat. I like dogs too. I like horses. I like donkeys. I like turtles. I like tortoises. I like turtles. And I like possums. And I like raccoons. And I like all them animals.